Alright, what's going on YouTube? We have Michael here with his deck.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Tell us what we're playing, sir.
This is Auroradon Wombo combo. There's a lot of Auroradon Wombo combos out there, but these are ones that I've kind of developed myself. Maybe somebody else has done them before, but I haven't seen them. I've just kind of, felt out the deck on my own and tried to come up with something nice. So here we go. I guess we'll just get into the profile. Let's see. Am I good here? Is this where?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, we're good. Okay. So we got our standard triple Despot 3 and 2 Despot 01s. Your main combo extenders, you want to open a Despot 03, and then you're pretty much good to go.
So is that the better one?
This is the best one. This is the best one. You
Gotcha.
want to open it one of these like all the time.
Do you run machine dupes at all or no?
Nah, you don't need
No.
machine dupes. You just want to normal summon it because
Yeah.
of its effect, and then just go off. Another package we have in here is we have Tour Guide and
Sexy.
a level 3 Fiend Tuner. It could be anything that's
Yeah.
level 3 Fiend.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Like Sangan, for instance.
Well, Sangan's not a
Or-
tuner. It has to be a tuner.
Oh, it has to be
is the
tuner. Okay,
issue,
gotcha.
because you have to make
Gotcha.
Halco Fiber X.
Yeah.
So, this would normally be Creation Resonator, but I don't have a
Yeah.
copy of it, so this is
Yeah.
all I could find.
Does it really matter like which one though?
No, you could play it without anything
Yeah.
else, but like
I mean,
that
like,
one's
which
just
one,
the
like
Creation Resonator is
yeah.
the best one. Is
Yeah.
the thing, but yeah. And then our third package is just a place at a Deep Sea Divas because
Yeah.
it can
Nice.
grab itself and it's a
Yeah.
tuner. So
And plus level, was it 3?
It's
Or
2.
2. Yeah. So you can,
you don't usually use it for synchro material. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just kind of more so just make
Yeah.
help,
Gotcha.
because once you do that, you can go
just
full
go,
combo.
yeah.
Then 2 more combo pieces here. We have a Mare, and we have a Colt Wing. These are for 2 separate combos that kind of like interlap
Yeah.
against each other sometimes. So these are nice. This card, only card in the game that says thrice per turn on it. Kinda
Yeah.
neat. And then we're gonna look at hand traps. So we got double Ash, double Ghost Spell, and then double Swaravis. We play this one because it's searchable in this deck, and then these because they're just really good right now.
Yeah.
Also, we play Crossout in this deck, so
Yeah.
you want to play these anyway.
So, just a quick question. Why don't you play a playset of any of those?
No space.
Okay, gotcha.
Plus, you only really need 2 anyway. Like, it just
Yeah.
feels better, you know?
It's just my question is because of crossout, like you're not gonna be able to necessarily use the effect of Ash Blossom, or like you're just running out of copies of shit. So it's like it's probably better to have multiple.
Well, there's 3 Crossouts in the deck, so you're gonna run into Crossout
Yeah.
theoretically more often
That's what I'm
than
saying, but
anyone
like,
trap.
but I'm saying like if you run into one, you're not gonna necessarily run into the other. Like if you use the effect of Ash Blossom, like you probably want another Ash Blossom for like something else.
Oh yeah.
But,
I mean, you only really need to negate 1, because once you establish the full combo, you pretty much
Yeah.
win the game for the most
Yeah.
part. The Strudo now back at 1, so we're gonna obviously play
okay,
it.
nice, yeah.
It's another extender. Say your Despot 03 gets like Valor Impermed or something, or Ash Blossom.
Yeah.
You just special this from hand and then proceed to
Yeah.
combo. So very nice. And then same thing with these, the Psychic Wielders.
Yeah.
Just another extender.
Yeah.
You have a level 3 monster, just special summon it and go off.
It just seems like the entire deck is just made up of extenders.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
point. The whole
Yeah.
point is just the whole deck is extenders and then like some hand traps and stuff.
Yeah.
These are also good because Auroradon makes level 3 tokens, so you can actually summon these off
Yeah.
of it, and then you can make some pretty nutty synchros, which we'll go over later,
Yeah.
like Trishula and stuff. And then finally, we have DPE package right here because everybody's got to play the DPE in a deck.
Sexy.
It seems. This is also searchable, so
Yeah.
that's kind of nice in this deck. For spells, obviously we had the 1 copy of Fusion Destiny. I don't have a second copy at the moment. It's in the mail,
Yeah.
so that will enter the deck soon.
That was a weird hit on the ban list.
It was very strange. I have no idea why they just put it to 2.
Yeah, it doesn't do
But-
anything.
Called by the Grave, because
Obvious
we
reasons, yeah.
fucking hate hand traps here. Triple Dark Ruler no more, because again, we don't want to deal with negates going second.
I hate that
So-
fucking ratio. You have like 2 commons. And,
I know, I hate it too.
yeah.
I would honestly trade this for a common one if I just
Yeah,
had.
it's just for me. It's like an OCD type thing where it's just like I have to have it where they're all the same rarity.
Yeah, I hate ones that mismatch like that.
Yeah.
Luckily, these ones are all the same rarity because it's the only printing. Triple cross out because you want to stop your opponent from hand traps for the most part. And then for trap cards, we have 3 copies of Imperm because stopping them from activating effects is good, and then 1 reboot because it stops Imperm.
Yeah.
It also stops Imperial Order, but that card's not legal anymore, so cool.
Yeah.
So that's the main deck.
Extra deck.
The extra deck consists of, obviously, we have our DPE as well as our Verte.
Yeah.
You actually don't really make this as much.
Yeah.
Because the main combo locks you out of summoning Link monsters after a certain, once you summon Auroradon.
Yeah.
So usually don't make this, but, it's still good, just in case.
Yeah. Just the same.
Yep. We have our Halco Fibrax, very important starter, and then we have our Auroradon, which is the bread and butter of this combo.
Yeah.
Being able to summon out so much cards onto the board with this thing, it's just nutty.
Yeah.
It's free, 3 free tokens. Then you summon more tokens with its effect.
And then you summon back the desk box and shit.
Yeah, you summon the desk bots, you go into a bunch of synchros, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of synchros, so for level 4 synchros, we're running 2 Herald. The mainline combo summons 2 of these on turn 1, and then makes Dugaras and then detaches both, and you get 2 searches and you draw 2 cards, which is really good.
Yeah. You go like +4 basically.
Yeah, it's pretty much +4. It's nutty. And then 1 Cupid Pitch. This one's important for certain synchro lines. It lets you also search Destiny Hero Plasma or Tour Guide, so really nice. You can also search an Ibiru, which is in the side deck, which I'll show off as well. For level 6 synchros, we have Coral Dragon. This is part of a mainline combo. This is part of the combo if you only have 1 Despot 1 in the grave, because if you somehow, like, I don't know, if you somehow don't have access to the second one, then you can make this doing certain things. We have Yazi here. This is also part of mainline combo. The idea is you pop this and you summon Mare from the deck. On turn 1, you can actually pop it with Auroradon's effect to summon the Mare from the deck. On turn 2, you can just pop one of your opponent's cards with it and then float. So, very good.
Just shenanigans.
Yep. We have 2 level 8s. We have Stardust Dragon and Borreload Savage.
Obvious reasons.
This could actually be any level 8 synchro you want. I've played around with like Omega and like other things. It doesn't really matter. I just chose Stardust because it's cool and it negates something. So, but these are usually what you end your board on.
Yeah.
Are these so? For level 9 synchros, we're getting up there.
Yeah.
So we have Trishula.
Yeah.
Very good. You can summon it very easy in this deck. The second one is one I really like though. It's the Ravenous Croco Dragon Arcthes. So for those who don't know what this does, is you can discard 2 cards as a quick effect to destroy a card on the field, so it's Trident. And then when it's synchro summoned, for each non-tuner material used for its summon, you draw a card.
Oh shit.
So you want to summon this thing with as many non-tuners as possible, which is why the Mare and all that stuff is in here. And
plus
then
you have like a lot of like low level shit, so it's you're not tripping over it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then it also gains 500 attack and defense for each card in your hand, so it's
just really good.
It can get really big.
Yeah.
Like mainline combo, where you draw 4 cards off of the Herald combo with Duraga or Dugaras. This guy is at like 3,500 attack and defense on turn 1. And it's great. You can summon it in defense mode to play around Lightning Storm and just sit there as a drop, or as like a Trident, essentially. Level 10 Synchro Baron Defleur, easy to make in the deck, really good. Not much to say about that. And then for the last card in the extra deck, there's Dugaras.
Yeah. You just use them from the draw ability.
You don't always use them from the draw ability. Like sometimes you want a special summon from the grave as well, but like it's mostly like if you're going first, then the draw ability is really nice because it draws you into hand traps as well.
Yeah.
So those are nice. And then for the side deck, let me pull these out real quick. The side deck is something that you could change around depending on the meta, of course. This is what I see at my local card shop a lot. I see a lot of Sword Soul. I see a lot of random like BS decks. So
and that is to keep in mind, like whatever it's not necessarily gonna fit every card shop.
Yeah,
so
it's not it's not gonna fit every meta. So,
So it's
just
like,
this
keep
is
that in
all
mind,
up to you.
yeah.
But I have 2 token collectors. Sword Soul hate this card, so it's the most popular deck right now apparently. So play it. I have 2 of the Garlandas. This is probably going to change now that Leerless Tri-Brigade no longer can summon Barrier Statue on your turn. I mean, maybe, depending.
Yeah.
It's a wing kaiju, so
Yeah.
that's all you need. 2 Nibirus for the combo
Obvious
decks.
reasons, yeah.
Searchable with Off of Cupid Pitch, and
Which is a good card in general too, even if it's not searchable.
oh yeah,
Like,
it's definitely, and then also it's really good in the second and third games because you
Yeah.
can, if your opponent tries to Nibiru you can cross out them
yeah.
by pitching it, so really nice. And then we have a playset of triple attack because your opponent's going to activate monster effects on your turn, so
Yeah,
you might
that's
as well.
no bueno, yeah.
So this could honestly almost get main decked as well because if you during game 1, if you're going second, this card's really good for you.
Yeah.
And even if you go first and your opponent like ashes something, drawing 2 cards is good too. So this might be actually main deckable in the future, if not now. Triple Lightning Storm.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah, just wipe. I wipe back row more,
Yeah.
honestly, because like
I
there's.
prefer monsters, just personally.
It depends on the
But,
board.
yeah.
Like
And in what deck too.
yeah. I mean, it's also here to like bait out like a negate too, because usually this card gets negated, but it's fine. And then the final 3 are
The
playset of Solemn Judgments, because going first, this card, in the first game, if you're going second, this card sucks because it doesn't do
obviously.
anything.
Yeah.
But in any game where you're going first, you just want to side this in, like
Yeah.
guaranteed, because it's just another
Negate.
Omni negate that just is really good.
Yeah, I got
so,
you.
Very
So,
nice.
have you thought about running like severe mode or any or would you like
So,
side something out and
The,
replace with something else?
the reason why you can't really run Sphere mode in this deck, and
I'll
like,
just an example. I just meant like
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
general. Like,
yeah, but for Sphere mode specifically, I'll say is you have to kind of normal summon your extenders first.
Yeah.
So you can't really run Sphere mode because Sphere mode normal summons as well.
yeah,
So that's why I'm running Nibiru and like Kaiju's over it.
yeah.
Um,
Is there like another card that you would like prefer to side out and add like into that deck? Do you think that would make it better?
Forbidden Droplet, yeah. But I can't afford that
Yeah.
because they're like $100 a piece right now. So
It's like fuck, like why spend fucking drop $300 if it's probably gonna get reprinted?
I mean,
later?
I plan to get a playset of them eventually. I have an OTS ulti right now, but I don't want to play it because it's
yeah,
and it's only one of them, and they won't match anyway unless I pick up another one. So,
yeah,
but that's kind of
Yeah.
it for now. I will say that the deck probably loses the game if you go second, even with all like the hate. Like
Yeah.
depending on what your opponents are playing, like
Yeah.
they can just kind of fold going second.
yeah. Because I was playing Ritual Feast against him earlier, and
Yeah, like, it only took one card to,
Yeah.
to stop it at a nice point. So
yeah,
there's a lot of points where you can just kind of stop their combo for the most part. So yeah, the deck could probably use some further like experimentation and everything,
Yeah.
but overall, I just have fun playing it. It's a fun deck to like people like shit themselves when they see the board state
Yeah.
and then the cards in your hand and everything.
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon to going first end up on like 8 negates,
yeah.
which is pretty nutty.
Because I remember, so when like in our duel, you ended up on like what 2?
I had
because you had Borload and then
in our duel. I had Borload, Stardust, so
Yeah.
Boral Savage with Hulk equipped,
yeah,
and then I had face down. I had a Called by the Grave, and then in the hand I had 2 Soravis. So it's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5. Okay.
5 on. These ones being a bit more conditional,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Because the Call by the Grave didn't really do anything for me, or like against me rather.
So we didn't get to the point where we needed
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's
what
what
I'm
it is.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like it's not uncommon to play through this and then have like an Ash and like an Imperm in hand as
Yeah,
well,
I got
and
you.
just going first, you can end up on a Judgment.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
So would you say this is more of a like competitive deck, or would you say it's more casual? Like, where do you draw that line?
It's definitely not. It definitely can't play through negates like it should. So I would hesitate to call this a competitive deck. But it's also, I think, too oppressive for casual decks because if casual decks don't run any interaction usually.
Yeah. So would you say it's more of a rogue deck, or?
It's kind of a rogue deck. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's a really bad rogue deck.
Yeah,
but
but rogue deck can still get wins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can still get wins. I mean, I won. I didn't at the tournament that I went to when I played this deck. I did not go 0-4, so I did win one of my rounds.
Yeah.
So, I'll say this though, that every game one that I played with this deck, I won. So it was pretty nutty. It's just the rest of the games.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then.
So what's the card count? If you want me asking, how many do you run in main?
Main there's 40.
40.
Yeah, it's a straight 40. You want to have as little as possible. Some other cards I was considering for this deck actually. Small World is one because what you can do is say you have like Valor or something in hand, which I was also running Valor at one point. You have Valor in hand, you can banish it off Small World, you can banish Ash Blossom, and then you can search Despot 03 to your hand. So just in case you need that, you know. But
so would you make it like a 42, 43 card deck?
Nah, not really. I think I like it at 40. It just gives you the best chance to draw into.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks kind of suffer because like remember when grass looks greener? Mm-hmm. But now's the thing. Hey, do you run more cards because of this card? Because it makes it more consistent?
Well, that one was
just it was out, or like
that was just a thing where people were running 60 card decks with grass just so that they can get like 10, 15 cards for free.
Yeah, and because like I'll run like certain decks and it'll be like a 44 card deck, but the reason why it's 44 or whatever or 45 is because there's other like extenders or other starters or shit like that. Mm-hmm. To where like I could, or it makes it like more consistent. Yeah. So like my thing is like you kind of have that problem. Do you run less cards to be more consistent, or do you run more cards like searchable cards like Rhoda or shit like that to be more consistent?
You got to think about it like this, right? So you have a deck where you have, like, say you're running like a warrior deck or something, right?
Yeah.
Or just any deck in general, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like the Upstart Goblin like conundrum, right? Yeah. Like if you play your one copy of Upstart, you have a 39 card deck. You don't have 40 anymore. But if you're running like a 42 card deck, you just don't play Upstart because, you know, why would you do? If you're playing Upstart in a 42 card deck, just cut the Upstart and make it 41. Like, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. I think Rhoda's fairly similar. Although Rhoda can get you whatever you want, really.
Well, Rhoda's just example.
But Rhoda's like tanky, things like that. But I would just say if you are looking to get to a card as fast as possible, just find the cards that can search it. And put them in your deck. And like as many as possible. If you absolutely need that card. Like the deck absolutely needs, like the best opening is playing Despot 3. Yeah. But I have the backup options of Diva and Tour Guide in case I don't get that. So I'm almost always opening up a combo. It's just that the best combo is the Despot combo. Yeah, I got you. And I will note that cards like Cult Wing and Mare, they're kind of garnets. So don't open up with those in hand. You'll feel bad. That's another reason.
I don't think that's something you can choose though.
That's not something
because like you don't run Skull Dread, so like you can't put that shit back and like that.
I mean, you could play a deck with Skull Dread, but at the same time, you want to make Auroradon, and you know you need machines for that first of all, and then second of all, it locks you into out of links, I should say, after you summon it. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's hard to play around with something like that, but you just kind of gotta, deal with it. You just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, I got you.
Figure out what works.
So appreciate you. And that's the end of the video. If you liked it, comment, like, subscribe. You know drill.